Yo, what's going on, guys? And Christian Wood is still a Houston Rockets. Let's talk about it. I want to hear your thoughts down below. Do you think Christian Wood will stay on the roster? Do you think Eric Gordon and any of the other vets that are on the roster will stay? Shout out Kelly Aiko of The Athletic for writing this article and inspiring me to make a video on it. Like and subscribe for over 150 videos a month, and let me hear those wonderful comments down below. Let's get right into it. Now, guys, look, Christian Wood. Hey, the 26-year-old, can we say he's outplayed? Or he's been 100% worth the 3-year, $41 million deal he signed back in 2020. And the thing is, behind that, when they signed him, they originally thought he was going to be the mobile, offensive-minded center that perfectly paired with James Harden and Russell Westbrook. We really never got to see that. Red Bull's so good. And Christian Wood ended up still working out. He's 26 years old. He's played 3 years. He's worth every penny they paid him. It was a great deal. It worked out. And now, what's this transition they're going to do? Because Russell Westbrook's gone. John Wall's basically gone. James Harden's gone. This is a different team. Christian Wood is basically the vet for a rebuilding young squad. When he initially thought he was going to be the diamond in the rough, that was going to be the gemstone, one of the gemstones of a championship team with James Harden and Russell Westbrook, or James Harden and John Wall. Now, Wood, without a doubt, is the most polarizing figure. Okay, he'll be 27 and entering his 7th season by the time the season starts. And he's only played 222 games, roughly around 3 fully healthy seasons, and has only started 122 games, which is not even 2 full seasons. Of course, you'll learn and grow by being around NBA franchises, but his on-court experience isn't that far off from several of his teammates, which is crazy. But compared to last season, Woods went from 21 points per game to 17.9. And he did become a better three-point shooter. He shot 39%, had 10.1 rebounds a game, and 2.3 assists. And obviously, the Rockets were the league's worst team last season, record-wise. And there's a natural side eye to players putting up good stats on bad teams. Because when you look at Aaron Gordon. Look at Aaron Gordon's stats when he's on the Magic, and then look at his stats since joining the Nuggets. So there's always the need for context when looking at numbers. But what's in mind is there's some aspects of Wood's game is that he's a good player who has played with expectations of his role. I think he's met the expectations of his role over the past 2 seasons. So the question is he here for the long haul or not? Because the Rockets have the number 3 pick in this year's draft. They're either going to get Paolo Banchero or Chet Holmgren. Because I think Jabari Smith is going number 1 overall. And they all play in the front court. And all 3 guys would either play next to Christian Wood or be the big man. Because you could say Paolo Banchero could be a big man. And while Wood was brought in as a center, 2 things are clear. Head coach Stephen Siles tried to deploy him as a stylish forward beside Alperen Şengün, but it was a disaster. The other realization from last season is Wood's best position is the center position. He's not a power forward. And it's kind of an issue with him, with Şengün all being on the team, and Houston's internal optimism and belief in Şengün. So, the Rockets drafted Şengün with the number 16th overall pick in 2021. Giving them an interesting skill set at the center position. Şengün lacks an outside jumper, but looks like capable of developing it. He's a playmaking big man who can conduct the half-court offense pretty decently. And yes, he tends to hold the ball a little longer than necessary and tries some incredibly difficult passes at times, but the vision is there. And Styles was intrigued enough with Şengün that he attempted to play Wood and Şengün together. And at least on paper, some thought that would make sense. Wood can stretch the floor and can attack from different spots on the floor. My apology. Yeah, Wood can stretch the floor and attack different spots on the floor, while Şengün can play the role as the traffic cop, is a great phrase Kelly Olynyk used, as the complementary playmaker alongside Green and Porter. And they had to do it because both the eye test and the data was bad, okay? Like, you thought it would be awesome when used proper with Şengün as the initiator, leaving Wood as a potential pick and roller, as the lobber, but they sucked together. It was bad in the sense that the net rating was minus 12.9, and their offensive rating was 102.1 to a ghastly 115 defensive rating. It was pretty bad. Now, it's more of Şengün still being ways away physically from being a positive defender, while Woods not being comfortable moving between coverages that are indicated in it, and it's just like Woods. They just didn't mesh. And on offense, yeah, they work, but it's weird. And then they also have Eric Gordon. So what do? Give Woods and Şengün another crack and leave the number 3 pick on the bench, or leave Wood at center and have the number 3 pick start at power forward, or what do you do? Because you're going to get a big man with the 3rd pick, okay? And I think it's definitely interesting because you don't know what's the right move. So, and I don't think So let's talk about trade. Would you trade Christian Wood in the 17th overall pick for Mason Plumlee, PJ Washington, and the 13th overall pick? Because at 13, you can draft yourself either another big man, or you can draft yourself. Why would you draft another big man? You would draft a guy like Jeremy Sohan, probably, or Tari Eason, or Jalen Williams. They need small forwards. But then you also look at a deal between New York for Cam Reddish and Nerlens Noel in the 11th pick, and you send Wood in the 17th pick, maybe another pick or two alongside there. Because, look, I actually really like PJ Washington, who's a power forward who can play small ball 5. And Mason Plumlee, yeah, I'm not huge on that, but there's also San Antonio, Zach Collins, Romeo Langford in the 20th pick. It's just also Bruno Fernando is crazy to think about. He was on the roster this past year. I don't know. These are the 3 trades they offered. Woods in the 17th pick for Charlotte, Mason Plumlee, PJ Washington, the 13th pick. Second one is Christian Wood, the 17th overall pick, Milwaukee's 2023 first round pick, Houston's 2024 second round pick for New York's Knicks, Cam Reddish and Nerlens Noel in the 11th pick. Or San Antonio, Zach Collins, Romeo Langford in the 20th pick for Christian Wood. I think that's the best deal because Zach Collins on a cheap deal, Romeo Langford has one more year on his rookie deal, and then you get the 20th pick and you can draft yourself like a Patrick Baldwin Jr. What are you doing wrong there? Nothing. So, do you think Christian Wood's going to get traded, or do you keep him? I say trade the hell out of him. He's on the last year. He's not going to stay with you. He wants to go on a team. Send him to a team. Cash in on the asset before you lose it for nothing.